So it sounds like you both are really are concerned about the well-being of your family. You're concerned about Amber's well-being, and Amber, it seems like you're concerned about your own well-being. Correct. You're concerned about your well-being right now, taking care of Brylar, and Amber, you're more concerned about your inability to care for another child in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me more about how you found out about Brylar's condition. Kind of talk around that time.
Well, we found out while she was pregnant, and I was a little surprised because, you know, I was the healthy one. We were both like active in high school and whatnot, and we were both kind of surprised with his heart abnormality, but it didn't change the fact that I still wanted to have him. We were still excited to have him. We knew that it was going to be hard. We didn't know it would be this hard, but we knew it would be hard. But I'd say that because we had a strong relationship, that we were able to say we can do this, and that was at the start, and we still can. It's just now the decision of having another child is weighing on us a little bit. But when we found out, we were ready to take it on, I'd say.
So you, when you found out, you were surprised, you said, but you were up for the challenge. You just didn't expect it to be this hard.
Yeah, we're all American. We don't give up.
You don't give up. Amber, what were your feelings?
I'll admit that I felt a little disappointed. You know, you have that dream of the perfect healthy baby, and then when you find out that's not the case, kind of just is, like I said, disappointing. Like you're just crushed that what you thought was going to happen isn't going to. So I mean, I love Brylar, I do, but it was really disappointing.
Yeah. So it was hard just because you had to give up that dream of that child that you always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how you came to the decision for Brylar's care, how you made those decisions for Amber to stay home.
Well, we talked about it together, and we figured since I had a pretty steady job and a pretty well-paying job that I should keep working. And since Brylar does need so much intensive care, we decided that Amber would stay home. We thought about having someone stay home and like a in-home nurse or something, but that would be a bit out of our budget. So I think that's what we decided on.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. So that decision wasn't difficult for you guys to come to?
No, she did mention that she does want me to be home as much as possible, and that's been recently because it has been weighing on her a lot, like taking care of Brylar, and so she does ask that I be home when I can.
So you said that you are Brylar's primary caregiver.
Mm-hmm.
What are Andre's contributions, do you feel like, to his care?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Andre is a very involved father when he is home. He helps whenever he can. It's just that he's not home as often as I would like, I guess. I am responsible for his care for the majority of the day, and so, but by the time he gets home, or if he is able to get home at night, I feel like he does help during that time, but I'm just drained at that point, and I don't know what to do.
Talk to me about your day-to-day life, what it looks like when you get home, what things kind of look like.
All right. Well, I work from 8 to 5, and then at 5, I usually head home, and she's been taking care of Brylar all day, so I try to make dinner and help out with cleaning the house, and like to do laundry, take out trash, do maintenance in the house, whatever I can. That's usually what happens on a day-to-day basis. So we're both pretty tired by the end of the day because, you know, it's like a workout. And on weekends, we try to at least find time to ourselves, or we try to take Brylar out to the park, or we try to spend time outside or with family and friends and whatnot. That's what it looks like on a weekly basis.
So it sounds like you guys work well together when you are together, and you try to do things as a family. That's cool.
We do, but sometimes I feel like she's not in the moment. I feel like she's always worried about, oh, Bryler, don't do this, or Bryler, be careful about this, or oh no, I have to do this for Bryler. And so it's not as enjoyable as I would like, because she's really, if I could say, borderline obsessive over Bryler's condition, which is important, but at the same time, I feel like it takes away from us as a family.
Okay. So you feel like her care is maybe a little extreme, that he doesn't need that much care?
I don't want to minimize it and say that he doesn't need that much care, because he does. He has a lot of health issues. But I do feel like she puts a lot more emphasis on it that needs to be put.
Okay. Amber, talk about what your expectations are for Bryler's future as far as this health condition.
Well, at this point, I'm not sure if he'll be able to start school at a normal age, since he is behind developmentally. So that would mean, with Andre's plan, that I could possibly go back to work if the kid is in elementary school. That might take longer than we expect, just because he's not developing at a normal rate. But I really worry that I just worry about his health, that he won't be okay, like that if he's in the care of another person, they might not know what to do in a certain situation, or that just something might happen to him, and that really worries me.
So you're just scared of the unknown or the what ifs
Yeah.
that might happen with that. What would it, if you went back, if Bryler was at school and you were back to work, what would it look like for you? What would your feelings about having another kid be like, do you think?
I think once Bryler's to the point where he can go to school, I feel like I would be more open to having another child. But at this point, I just don't feel like I would be able to handle 2 kids at once. But in the future, I would love to. I just don't think now is the time.
Okay, so you both sound like you both desire to have more kids. Andre, you seem like you might want one sooner. When were you wanting to have another kid? What's your desire?
Well, I was wanting to have one sooner, because if we're going to have a child, I don't want there to be a huge age gap between Bryler and him or her, just so that they can relate to each other more and have a strong relationship. But that's when I was wanting. I didn't know that she wanted to have one later if he wouldn't come to school. That I did not know.
Okay, so you wanted to have one sooner so that your kids could relate to one another. And then Amber, you are open to the idea. That was fast.
You can keep going.
Okay, you're open to the idea of having another kid, just not right now. You just seem a little overwhelmed.
Yes, definitely overwhelmed.
Yeah. What support do you guys have from your family, Amber?
Well, my parents live a few hours away, so they can't, we don't see them as often as I'd like, or they can't be as involved in Bryler's day-to-day life as we would prefer. That's my family.
Okay, Andre, what about your family?
My family's into the continent, so they can't help either. We're kind of like, we have friends that we could rely on, but I mean, we'd rather family do it. So we're in a little tough situation there, but we do well for ourselves, I'd say.
Okay, so both of your families aren't able to help because of distance, it sounds like. Do they desire to help?
I know that my parents would love to be able to help, but I mean, with my parents still working, they can't come and visit us and help, but they would prefer to. They get to visit us occasionally on weekends, or maybe once a month, but that's just not enough to help supplement with his care.
Yeah. What support have you found outside of one another, maybe in the community or with friends? Have you found any support?
Our church has been really supportive, and we try to go to a weekly youth group for parents, and that's where we get a lot of prayer and support from our church there. And that's been incredibly helpful, because there are some weeks where Amber and I are just so tired that our frustration manifests itself in how we communicate with each other. And so we get upset at each other, we get arguments over the tiniest things. But going to church and the youth group has been really helpful in keeping and reminding us why we're doing it and giving us strategies to like help each other and be supportive of each other. So the church has been our main support group, I'd say.
Okay. So you have been able to find support, and I want to encourage you that that's awesome that you sought that out, and also that you're able to notice that it's really not about one another. It's just about the stress of everyday life. I feel like that's a big strength that you guys both have. I'm done now.